Ladies and gentlemen, may we present to you the only 1957 International Harvester R190 series 3-door crew cab, Coleman 4-wheel drive power steering conversion, American Fire Apparatus front pumper in existence. Boy, was that a mouthful. And it should be. It took 4 manufacturers to create this rig. A large determining factor of a vehicle's intrinsic value is how many different people had to put their hands on it to make it complete. Normally, 2 to 3 is the norm, but 4 puts it into the Unobtainium Hall of Fame. We unearthed the original line set ticket from International Harvester for this vehicle, and it proves everything we are about to tell you, and also dispelled some rumors about what International Harvester did and did not do on their own vehicles in the mid-50s. As you can see on this ticket, International Harvester lists all the subcontractors on this rig and in what order they received the truck in the quote-unquote ship-to box. Please notice that they ran out of room to list all the vendors on one sheet and wrote over the first 4 lines of data. First up is International Harvester for the chassis, an R190 series, R196 model, complete with factory power steering. Special note here, if you look at the bottom of the line set ticket, you can clearly see the words, quote, customer requested power steering on truck, end quote, with a date that predates the line set ticket start date, meaning it was ordered prior to the build and not an aftermarket add-on after the fact. The power steering on this truck is original equipment. Next, the truck was sent to Truck Engineering in Fort Wayne, Indiana. This was an official installation center for Coleman conversions in the 1950s. Another rumor dispelled here was the idea International was doing their Coleman conversions in-house. We now have a document showing that was not the case, at least with this R190 in 1957. Now, while the 4-wheel drive was being done, International Harvester was busy sending a second cab over to famous Orville Specialty Company in Orville, Ohio. This company was regionally famous for making all-steel sleeper cab conversions on the big-name trucks of the day. It turns out they would special order other, quote, odd body, end quote, conversions, like this crew cab for International. Again, we dispel another myth here. Many people believed International Harvester made their own crew cabs in the 1950s. Not so apparently, at least not in 1957 on this R190. Last but not least, legendary fire apparatus manufacturer American Fire Apparatus in Battle Creek, Michigan finished off the build with a wild front bumper pumper, a Highline 2-tone swoop and dive paint scheme. Special note here, due to the crew cab length, American had to stretch the paint job to fit. While this paint scheme can be found on other American rigs, this one is one of a kind due to the difference in length. Did we mention the truck has only 7,000 original miles and drives like brand new? Almost too good to be true. Well, thank the good men and women of Nacita, Wisconsin, who custom ordered and preserved this one-of-a-kind legendary rig and continues to send us original photos of the rig in service. Speaking of original photos, check out the laughing clown face in the thick black smoke coming from the structural fire this rig was in the process of putting out. Once again showing this truck is all about unusual. If you begin computing the cost of this rig, it easily competes for one of the most expensive 4-wheel drive trucks built in the 1950s. Consider the freight shipping to all the different sub-manufacturers. Then include the 2 truck cabs required to create one crew cab. Then don't forget fusing one of the doors shut to make the 3-door option happen. How about that power steering, factory tachometer, dual visors, armrests, manual throttle, and every other commercial option available? American Fire Apparatus is known as the Rolls-Royce of fire rigs due to the high quality and large amount of cast bronze and brass parts that were then chromed, giving these trucks an over-the-top bling factor rarely matched by other companies.